House of Cards is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
I want to gamble. Gambling is a very serious business. Is that clear?
Hello, everyone. This is Ashley Adams, the host of House of Cards. We are pleased to have a wonderful guest, kind of reminding us that poker is a truly international game. This is Hermance Blum. She is the vice president of the WPT Europe and the winner for Industry Person of the Year in 2015. She'll be talking to us about the WPT in Paris, so stay tuned.
Money always matters. If you owe thousands in back taxes to the IRS, how much can Tax Solutions Now save you?
I paid less than I owe.
That's right, money matters. So call Tax Solutions Now and get the IRS off your back. Since 2014, Tax Solutions Now has been a leader in the tax resolution industry. That's why we say money matters. Remove wage garnishments, property liens, fines, and penalties. Qualify for the Fresh Start program or even uncollectible status. Money matters. How much can Tax Solutions Now save you?
I owed the IRS over $10,000. I paid a fraction of what I owed.
Call now to reduce or even eliminate your back taxes.
We were being audited. We couldn't sleep. We called Tax Solutions Now.
I called Tax Solutions Now and got the IRS off my back. Thanks. You saved us a ton of money.
Money matters. How much can Tax Solutions Now save you? Call now and find out.
Call 800-297-9788. 800-297-9788.
Psst. Yeah, you. Come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
You lose track of time in those casinos. There's no windows, there's no clocks, and you never walk away from the table when you're on a heater.
Hello, listeners. This is Ashley Adams. Welcome back to House of Cards. We are here with an excellent guest. She is a leader in the poker world. Her name is Hermance Blum. She is the vice president of the WPT Europe and the winner for Industry Person of the Year in 2015 at the European Poker Awards. Hermance, are you there?
Yes, hello, Ashley. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to House of Cards. Why don't you start, Hermance, by giving our listeners a little bit of your poker biography? How is it that you are one of the leaders in the poker world?
Well, thank you for having me on the show. It's great, and I'm really happy that we're crossing borders. It's now Europe. You had Angelica not so long ago on the show, and we're talking together. So I'm very pleased and very grateful for your invitation on the show.
Uh-huh.
And so my story in poker started over 10 years ago now, actually 11 years ago, and it was in the early days of online poker. There was this PR agency that I had known for a long time that told me they had signed the online, the online leader operator in the gaming world, but it was not at the time that regulated environment, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
In that sense, we were an operator kind of, running some, operations on markets without being anything, wrong, but in a framework where, there was not anything specific or regulating it in that sense. And I started in the first early years of 2008 for this big company that we know as PokerStars, and at the time it wasn't the leader in France. That's where my background is, obviously, in the online gaming in France, and started to just build up my marketing and expertise in this field of online gaming, to the point that when the market regulated in 2010, there was a lot of different offers flying my direction, because it was not many people that had already built a lot of experience on that field in online poker, because it's such a recent industry, and yet an old one in Europe, if you see what I mean, because things were operating for a long time already. So it's a very strange position, because you're young, and it's not a long time in a career perspective, but in terms of experience, I had built up already a lot. So when the market regulated, Party Poker, different operators had approached me, Party Gaming at the time. And the funny story is that when I was reviewing different offers and taking them into consideration, I had seen, Party Gaming just acquired the World Poker Tour. We never know, maybe one day I will go to the World Poker Tour. And that was just a dream at the time. It was only a thought that crossed my mind for a split second, that maybe one day I could possibly, join the live scene and maybe work for one of the most prestigious and successful brands in the world of poker.
Yes.
And believe it or not, things went really fast, as this industry never stops changing and evolving. And about 8 months after I took on the job with Party Gaming, I knew that they were merging with Bwin Party, right? And this was creating opportunities. But little did I know that actually it would take me to the live scene. And long story short, after running the press conference for the World Poker Tour in season 10, when they unveiled the Champions Cup, it was all in Paris during the Grand Prix de Paris. And I was at the time a consultant for Party Gaming, but being local, French speaking, and obviously in my very own city, it was just easy for me to facilitate and help out and coordinate the event. So as always, I felt very involved and I didn't want to disappoint anybody. So I got really hands-on beautiful press event that we had hosted at the Crazy Horse Cabaret in Paris. I don't know if that rings a bell for you, but it's one of our landmarks right by the side of the Champs-Élysées. Again, lots of history there. And somehow Adam Pliska and Steve Heller at the time, and even Angelica, who was also in Paris that time, said, "Oh, there's an opening role in the World Poker Tour, and we don't know, would you be interested?" And that's how it started. So about 8 years ago now, I joined the WPT first as a marketing and event manager, and I moved to London for the role. So it was not only a big change in my career, but also in my personal life. And 8 years later, I had wonderful people, paving the way for me, incredible mentors like Adam Pliska, who's our best cheerleader, and who is now, running the business, and have me as a second lead for the WPT in Europe.
Well, that's very good. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-515-1558. 800-515-1558.
I wanna hold them like they do in Texas plays. A little gambling is fun when you're with me, I love it. Russian roulette is not the same without a gun. And baby, when it's love, if it's not rough, it isn't fun. But I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. Show him what I've got. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Mama, mama, pop, 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 poker face. Guys, pop, poker face. Guys, mama, mama.
Look, I really think it's time for us to do something. This is all getting way out of hand. What do you mean? The song is sweet.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Well, don't take it too hard. I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, too.
Stupid? What do you mean, stupid?
Hello, everyone. This is Ashley. Welcome back. You're listening to House of Cards. House of Cards is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now, get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19. That's DRINK 19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com. The listeners who just tuned in, we're talking to Hermance Blum, who works for the WPT and is here to talk about the DeepStacks event that will be happening in Paris next year, the beginning of next year, February to March. Tell us a little bit about what this tournament will be and the location of this tournament. It's not at the Aviation Club, which was the famous club that all of us in the States knew that when we went to Paris, we'd have to play at the Aviation Club. That, I think, has closed. It is a new club. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, of course. Well, we're very excited to be able to bring back the World Poker Tour in Paris and in the DeepStacks format at the club Pierre Charon. So it is, I know, a surprise for a lot of people because the situation in Paris got, for a little while there was pretty much no clubs, running poker in the city. And everyone was asking, but what's going on and when is poker going to be back? And I was like, sit tight, things are moving. But, obviously I couldn't say much because, we were waiting on the different moving parts to be able to announce anything. And it's only recently that we've announced that we're going back to Paris in the Club Pierre Charon, which is not open yet. It's opening at this, it might be open already by now actually. And, it's gonna be a very interesting place. Probably, in my opinion, the one that is gonna take the leadership in the city, cause it's gonna have the biggest, dedicated zone for poker and for gaming. So it's all gonna be equipped with RFID technology and it's top of the range. In all honesty, the DeepStacks event now are being so successful that unfortunately, the club that used to be the Aviation, as people know it, has not enough space to hold a WPT event. And that's pretty much where we are right now, where, we're being very successful. Our players love the tour. And therefore, we have to make sure we have enough tables to accommodate everybody.
How many tables will there be?
I believe there will be between 40 and 50 tables in tournament mode. So this is going to be quite big, considering that not many places in Paris. I think it's going to be the biggest one in terms of poker in Paris. And also, the rest of the venue itself has more table games. I believe, a restaurant that is run by a very famous chef, which, you'll soon know. But it's promised to be just the top of the range.
Well, I well remember the Aviation Club, and I'm eager to visit the Pierre Charon because I discovered how to make Paris a relatively inexpensive city to visit. I had taken my family to Paris, and when I got there, I visited the restaurant. You said that Club Pierre Charon is going to have a top-notch restaurant. Well, I visited the restaurant at the Aviation Club, and before dinner, I decided to play poker for a few hours. I lost $2,800 in the poker room. And after that, everything in Paris seemed very inexpensive. Because even though dinner was a couple of $100, what's a couple of $100 compared to losing $2,800 in the poker room? And my wife and kids were very pleased because everything was cheap compared to how much I had lost. So I'm looking forward to visiting this place and the fancy restaurant. I hope I don't repeat my experience. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Having a rough morning after a long night out? Stayed at the party a little too long and you have work the next day? Well, we've all been there. That's why there's Morning Recovery. Morning Recovery is the flagship product of More Labs, and it's scientifically engineered to outsmart rough mornings. Their patent-pending formula has been designed to boost your body's natural response to alcohol, rehydrate, and restore your body's vital nutrients. What's that all mean? It means Morning Recovery helps you feel better after drinking. Take one full bottle right before your first drink, between drinks, or up to 1 hour after your last drink. Go get some rest and wake up feeling like $1,000,000. It's that simple. And we've got a special offer for you. Use promo code Radio15 at morelabs.com and get 15% off of your first purchase of Morning Recovery or any of their other great products. That's Radio15 at morelabs.com to take advantage of this great promo of 15% off of your first purchase. Morning Recovery from More Labs, so you can work hard, play hard, and live life without compromise. Hey, it's Dave from House of Cards. I'm sure everyone made some sort of New Year's resolution, whether it's to lose weight, work harder at the office, whatever. And we always seem to break them a few weeks into the year. Well, here's one resolution you need to make and keep. Getting a good night's sleep with MyPillow. Its patented interlocking fill adjusts to everyone and their sleeping habits. I use MyPillow all the time. I sleep great at night and wake up pain-free. And now there's a great new deal being offered by the folks at MyPillow. For a limited time, House of Cards listeners can receive a very special offer. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special tab, and use promo code CARDS or call 1-800-319-7913 to take advantage of this 4-pack special. You'll get 50% off 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. MyPillow.com with promo code CARDS. That's promo code CARDS to take advantage of this 4-pack special. Better sleep starts with MyPillow.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Getting my kids ready and driving them to school.
But a careless driver can change your life in an instant, and insurance companies want to settle on the cheap. Auto Accident Help Desk connects victims with powerful lawyers. They fight for you.
I called Auto Accident Help Desk and got help for my pain and suffering.
Don't let an insurance company take advantage of you. Our attorneys fight and beat big insurance every day. If you've been injured in an automobile accident in the last 6 months, you owe it to yourself to make this free call with no obligation.
When I called, they asked me a few questions and matched me with a powerful lawyer who knew how to fight for me.
Call now. We're available 24/7 to help you get the money you deserve for your pain and suffering.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
Auto Accident Help Desk helps accident victims like you every day.
Call 800-613-4611. 800-613-4611. 800-613-4611.
Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of January 20th, 2020. According to some reports, Barstool Sports could be sold to a casino company. As first reported by Vox, Penn National has an interest in acquiring the sports media company. Penn National Gaming is a publicly traded casino company which operates casinos across the United States. Ohio state regulators have reported that the state's 4 casinos and 7 racinos have set a new revenue record. In 2019, revenue from gambling in Ohio reached $1.94 billion, which is an increase of 4% from the previous year. Since Ohio's first casino opened in May of 2012, the state has received $11.9 billion in revenue from gambling. And finally, last week, New Jersey had a kickoff event in a year-long celebration for the New Jersey Lottery's 50th anniversary. New Jersey's lottery is the 3rd oldest in the country, and since 1970, it has given out $42 billion worth of prizes and produced $28 billion in revenue for the Garden State. Hopefully, I'll celebrate its birthday by winning a couple bucks this year. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on Twitter at HOC Radio.
I say this.
There's no such thing as a poker pro. No matter what Norman Chad says on the telecast, it's a total myth.
I butter my bread with guys like this. They come out here by the plane load, the bus load, the car load. They think they got the game clocked because they can riffle chips with either hand.
Bet 200.
Call.
Brunson, Gus Hansen, Seidel. Ain't nothing special. Watch them on TV back in my house in Aliquippa. It's just so freaking obvious to me that they're bluffing.
I know, man. I can always tell what they've got.
Oh, sure. It's obvious when ESPN is showing you their hole cards. There's no hole card cam here. You want to know what I'm holding? You're going to have to read my face. Little advice, kid. If you're going to wear the shades to keep me from looking at your eyes, don't adjust the frames whenever you catch an ace.
Call.
Oh, honey, don't give your stack a hand job every time you're going to raise.
Why not? I raised 500.
But Aliquippa, you're the best. You don't know it, but tonight, you're my ATM.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Okay, let's play some damn cards.
Welcome back, listeners. This is Ashley Adams, the host of House of Cards. House of Cards is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now, get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19. That's DRINK 19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with Drizzly.com. The listeners who just tuned in, we're talking to Hermance Blum, who works for the WPT and is here to talk about the DeepStacks event that will be happening in Paris, February to March. Now, are you a poker player, Hermance?
Sorry, Ashley, the phone cut out.
Okay, are you a poker player?
Well, yes, in my free time. I must say that I am very busy and recently a new mom of a 7-month-old, so baby boy. So my time now on the poker table is very limited. I actually spend most time making sure that everyone sitting there is enjoying themselves. That every protocol of the World Poker Tour is also really nicely applied by all our casino partners. But when I play poker, I do enjoy Las Vegas. I'm not gonna lie. I have a little result in the World Series ladies event a few years back, which I'm quite proud of. So yeah, well, at least it was quite funny because by the nature of my work, I know pretty much all the players on the scene, and when the media as well, all the photographers, the bloggers, some of the sponsored pros were all coming to say hello at the table and greeting me. So the ladies at the table were like, oh, who is she? She's just some kind of pro or something. So that actually helped my meta game a lot because, I don't consider myself a professional, far from that, but let's say enlightened amateur. in that sense,
Yes.
where I probably understand more about poker than anyone, completely new, but I don't make a living of it, right? So those ladies at the table were trying to figure me out and couldn't really tell whether I was a professional, but how I was connected to all these people, greeting, Vanessa Zelch, Liz Borey, everyone who would just, come across, we would just say hello, the bloggers, photographers. So I kind of use this to strengthen my image and play a tougher game of poker, which actually I went into the money and busted on a bad beat, but it's poker, isn't it?
Yes. So how did you end up doing? You made the money. How well did you do?
It was a mean cash. I'm not gonna lie. I got unlucky. I'm not gonna tell you any bad beat stories because you probably hear more than enough. But it was just very enjoyable, and I'm not gonna lie, very stressful. I remember going out on the break and not being able to eat anything because I had just butterflies in my stomach for the whole time. And I ran into Sam Trickett at the time, and I was like, how do you do this for a living? It's insane that you go through such a roller coaster of emotions, and that you have to compose yourself, control everything. I mean, I love poker, and when you see it on our show, you get that feeling, that energy. And I think that's one of the key things that the World Poker Tour is great at, is to really, explore all those emotions and then highlight them on the show.
Yes. Well, I got to say, I'm very excited about the WPT coming back to Paris. I'm eager to see when you have the format out, what the dates of the different events will be. Do you know what the buy-in is going to be for the main event?
Sure, yeah. So you can already look out for, multiple day ones, because with the anticipation and the fact that we have a really good tracking history in Paris. Our former events were running on the 4-day one. Yes, we were having 2-day ones in one day, one morning and one afternoon flight. So we're gonna apply the same type of structure. So players will have the ability to choose between 4-day ones, and I suppose that the buy-in will vary between 1,200 and 1,500 euros. So, this mid-range tournament, like the DeepStacks is positioned in Europe, it's just perfect. It's the right price mark between amateur poker players and also professionals, where they can meet in a common ground and still, play for a very big amount of money. All our first prizes are above $100,000, $150,000 for the first place across all our DeepStacks in Europe. So it's you play for life-changing money.
Yes, well, that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to hearing more about it when they have the actual schedule. Do you know when that schedule will be?
I actually it should be out soon, or you can find it on the World Poker Tour website, and we'll be announcing that very soon. It's certainly one of the ones we want to have right, so every player feels like, oh, this one's for me, and if I get unlucky there, I can find something else to play. So yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into that.
Well, I think it's terrific. I'm very happy having you on. Hermance, this was very pleasurable for me, and I'm glad you got to be a guest on our show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for taking the time and being so enthusiastic and about Paris. We're very excited too. I know the Club Pierre Charon is eager to welcome all the players from across the world and all our American friends as well. So feel free to reach out to myself directly or my team, and we'll direct you with any help in terms of bookings or travel tips, anything. As I said, I'm local, so I'm more than happy to personally, give the event a personal flavor, a personal touch.
Wonderful. Well, again, thank you for joining us, Hermance.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Listeners, that was Hermance Blum, who is the Vice President of the World Poker Tour Europe. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Having a rough morning after a long night out? Stayed at the party a little too long and you have work the next day? Well, we've all been there. That's why there's Morning Recovery. Morning Recovery is the flagship product of More Labs, and it's scientifically engineered to outsmart rough mornings. And we've got a special offer for you. Use promo code Radio15 at morelabs.com and get 15% off of your first purchase of Morning Recovery or any of their other great products. That's Radio15 at morelabs.com to take advantage of this great promo of 15% off of your first purchase. Morning Recovery from More Labs, so you can work hard, play hard, and live life without compromise.
ICE London is the only gaming event that truly brings together the international online and offline gaming sectors. In an industry that is constantly evolving, this is the one event that has developed in line with that changing landscape. ICE London, powered by Clarion Gaming, services the entire gaming spectrum. All forms of gaming are covered, whether land-based or online. So if you're a decision maker looking for solutions, you should register for ICE London, the most insightful conference in the gaming industry. The next edition of ICE London runs from February 4th to the 6th at Excel London, located just 10 minutes from Canary Wharf. Head on over to icelondon.uk.com for more information and to register today. Discover the latest innovations and new business opportunities in the ICE exhibition and other spectacular events. ICE London is the complete platform to explore the future of gaming and drive revenues through invaluable meetings and networking opportunities. ICE London, brought to you by Clarion Gaming, February 4th to the 6th. Register today at icelondon.uk.com. Step into the future of gaming at ICE London.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore. Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
This is House of Cards Radio with Ashley Adams.
Everybody is to leave here immediately. This cafe is closed until further notice. Clear the room at once.
How can you close me up? On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
Welcome back, listeners. This is House of Cards. I'm Ashley Adams, and I'm joined in studio by one of my producers, Dave Weishattle, the more handsome of the Weishattle brothers, I think.
Well, I think so, too.
Yeah, there you go. This is Mailbag, so what do we have, Dave?
Well, first, I want to say, we always love hearing from our listeners, and, we have a hotline, our website. You can get in touch with us by Twitter and Facebook. The one thing you can't do is call the station because we're not there at a particular radio station. But you can call us at 609-474-4627.
What's that number again?
That's 609-474-4627.
One more time.
609-474-4627.
Okay, that's good.
Actually, when Doug came first up with it actually 609-474-HOCR for House of Cards Radio. But I always give the number, so I don't know.
Okay, good.
But the guys who actually fielded the phone calls at the stations actually passed on what some of the people were asking about.
They passed on?
They passed on.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Right. But
what were they talking about?
Well, the big question was, it's World Series of Poker time. You're going out to Vegas, and I guess everyone wants an edge. Everyone wants to do well in poker tournaments, and a lot of people are wondering, how do you start preparing for the World Series of Poker and its events?
Well, I've written about this. I've talked about this. The truth is,
it comes up every year.
99% of preparing is just getting your poker game better in general so that you're playing at your best in general. Mm-hmm. There are some specific things that I've recommended. First of all, it's very easy when you go to Las Vegas, if you realize some people live there, but I'm talking about all the people who don't, to not have enough rest going into these events. These events are long. They're not as grueling as they used to be. They schedule them in a way that allows you a decent amount of time in between sessions for a 3-day event or for the main event, many more days. But I always recommend don't, just party and take advantage of the fact you're in Las Vegas because you're going to be whipped. You need the stamina. Which is one of the reasons I think why so many of the people that finish at the final table are so young is because they have stamina. And a lot of us old guys don't. So I suggest getting good rest. This is going to sound corny, but diet, high salt, high alcohol, high fat foods, which is what you tend to have when you go out there. You drink, you have a lot of fast food, doesn't help you improve your stamina and your strength. And so I can recommend a good, decent diet. Hydration, very important in Las Vegas. Those of us from the rest of the world aren't used to the incredibly dry, hot climate. And even though we think, well, I'm not passing out, the dehydration takes its effect. It wears on you. It hurts your ability to concentrate. It makes you sick, etc. So pump the fluids. Eat decent food. I'm sounding like my grandmother.
I know, right?
Make sure you have and then.
Well, are you allowed to bring food or snacks?
I always do.
I always bring to the table.
Yeah,
or something
I always
like that?
bring I usually have a shoulder bag of some kind.
Okay.
And I carry in it. I mean, this is going to sound silly, but I carry easy to eat snacks, so I don't have to worry about getting a meal during the play. Sometimes I get one anyway, but I always have unsalted peanuts. I have bananas. I usually have an apple, other fruit, dried fruit. Sometimes I'll have a couple of energy bars. And I avoid salty things like snacks like potato chips, popcorn, all that stuff. But healthy snacks I find very useful. I also bring...
Does it have to be healthy? Because I even heard of marathoners bringing around jelly beans, eating them with pumps of sugar up, and that's what I hear. So I don't know. Is there some weird kind of food that you have?
You can do that. I don't do that. I bring, some kind of energy bars, cheap ones, though, because I'm cheap. So Quaker Oatmeal makes some kind of energy bars that I'll like granola bars. Raisins, peanuts, unsalted, sometimes dried bananas, but some fresh fruit. And then I'll also bring a bottle of analgesics like aspirin or Tylenol and Advil. And a lot of bottled water. Now, they give out bottled water, but I don't want to have to wait. I don't want to have to tip. If I'm drinking 20 bottles of water over the course of a tournament, that's $20. Yeah. So I'll bring my own for, 29 cents a bottle.
That's a lot of bathroom breaks, too. I don't know if you can get up at it.
That's true. You can always get up and go to the bathroom. They'll blind you off.
Okay.
And there are breaks that people generally rush to the bathroom. But that's what I do. And as far as mental preparation, I don't know. You get good rest. You get good diet. I exercise. I always make sure to walk, a few miles in the morning, early morning before it's hot, so that my body is at least not completely inert. All right, listeners, that will do it for the mailbag segment. But come back next week. We'll be back.